In the shadow of Seattle's landmark space tower, something very futuristic is happening inside the white tent.
Can this get any better?
This is what legalized recreational cannabis looks like. It's a party to celebrate 12 months of legal marijuana, and it's the first time the city's given a permit for people to smoke like this in public.
There's a lot more to this than just letting people who've been smoking dope for years suddenly start doing it legally. It costs a huge amount of money to put and keep tens of thousands of people in prison because of marijuana offences. More than half of America already supports legalisation. And let's face it, which state wouldn't want the taxes?
A multi-billion-dollar industry is growing out of what they call the Green Revolution. There are licensed producers, distributors and retailers, but it's complicated because the US federal government still considers it a Category 1 controlled substance, like heroin or cocaine, so they can't use banks.
This particular strain is really great for a variety of things, headaches, cramps, stomach soothing.
Angel Swanson used to be avidly anti-cannabis, but now keeps all kinds of medical marijuana products, from cookies to creams, sweets to cupcakes. As soon as a license comes through, she'll be selling it for recreational use as well. Bringing cannabis out into the open, testing and labelling its purity and strength means people now know what they're taking. Legalisation and legal loopholes are attracting all sorts of investors.
We used to fly also drug interdiction flights in this airplane.
Jim Willets used to fly for the Navy, chasing drug shipments along the west coast of America. He'd never touched drugs and even voted against legalisation, but then realised there was money in it.
Never occurred to me in my wildest dreams that I would be an investor in this industry when at the time we're trying to put the people in jail. And
Washington state has had a liberal approach to marijuana for the past decade, when police in Seattle reclassified it as the lowest priority.
We are, whether we want to be or not, on the forefront of somewhat of a, if not a revolution, at least a pretty quickly moving evolution. And we don't know where we're going to be in a year, let alone 5 years.
The Green Revolution has its teething problems. The sale price needs to be just right. If it's too cheap or too expensive, it could spark illegal trade over state borders. Over half of Americans now support legalization. Medical marijuana will soon be allowed in more states than not. Big changes in the country that began the war on drugs. Alistair Leith, BBC News, Seattle.